Hi, everyone. This is Jerry Doggett with Ben Scully and Al Hoffer, and here we are at Ebbets Field in Brooklyn, about to bring you the Dodgers and the New York Giants. Today's game, like all the Dodger games this season, brought to you by the American Tobacco Company on behalf of Lucky Strike, a light smoke, the best tasting cigarette you ever smoked. And the F&M Schaefer Brewing Company of Brooklyn, brewers of Schaefer Beer, America's oldest lager beer. It's real beer. We'll give you the rundown on today's lineups in just a moment. Man, this is the life, isn't it? You stretched out in the easy chair, your radio beaming in the ball game, and a pack of Luckies close at hand. How come Luckies? Well, that's not hard to figure. Fine tobacco alone tastes right. And Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. All fine tobacco. Naturally light tobacco that's good tasting to begin with, and then it's toasted to taste even better. Reach for a Lucky, a light smoke, the best tasting cigarette you ever smoked.
For the taste that you like, light up a Lucky Strike. Light up a light smoke, a Lucky Strike.
Friends, this broadcast is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the Brooklyn National League Baseball Club, Incorporated, solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. And any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Brooklyn National League Baseball Club, Incorporated, is prohibited. Well, today it's game number 2 of the series between the Dodgers and the Giants. The Dodgers won last night's game by a score of 10-0 as John Drysdale fired a sparkling 3-hitter, and the Dodgers used home runs by Hodges, Neal, and Perillo to spark their 10-run attack. So it's game number 2 today, and it'll be Sal Maglie going for the Dodgers and Big Red Worthington going for New York. The series finale comes off tomorrow with Ray Crone for New York against Johnny Podres for Brooklyn. Today, Ladies' Day, and also 6,000 not-old kids on hand, and a bright sunshine day. And just a fine day for the ball game. The temperature in the middle 70s there in New York. If you folks lolling around the house in the neighborhood of Ebbets Field want something to really give you a good afternoon's entertainment, we might invite you right out here to Ebbets Field and see the ball game between the Giants and the Dodgers. Plenty of good seats available here, so why don't you come on out and take in a ball game. Let's give you a rundown now on the batting orders for this afternoon's game. For New York, it will be Danny O'Connell leading off, playing second base. Don Mueller in right field. Willie Mays in center field. Ray Jablonski at third. Hank Sauer in left. Darrell Spencer at short. And right now, let's have our national anthem. We'll have the rest of the lineup in just a moment. Batting order, following Spencer, will have Whitey Lockman at first base, Valmy Thomas at the catcher spot, and Al Worthington to do the pitching. For the Dodgers, Jim Gilliam at second base, Gino Samoli in left field, Duke Snyder in center, Gil Hodges at first, Carl Ferrillo in right field, Charlie Neal at shortstop, Stevie Reese at third, Johnny Roseborough catching, and Sal Maglie to do the pitching. The bullpen brigades for both clubs now making their way down the lines. So the game here, just moments away from the start. Let's give you a rundown on the ball games played last night. In the National League, the Dodgers beat the Giants 10-0. Milwaukee beat Cincinnati 9-5. Philadelphia over Pittsburgh 4-3, and yesterday afternoon, St. Louis beat Chicago 2-1. So the National League finds Milwaukee still holding its 7-game edge, with the Cardinals in third place, half game behind the Dodgers, 7.5 away. The Dodgers take the field now. In the American League yesterday and last night, Washington beat the Yankees 4-2. Boston beat Baltimore 8-1. Kansas City over Chicago 3-1, and Cleveland over Detroit 6-5. So the Yankees have a 6.5-game lead over Chicago in the American League. And all the American League games will be played tonight, and we have one night game on the schedule in the National League. That will be the ball game between Milwaukee and Cincinnati. Day game, St. Louis at Chicago and Pittsburgh at Philadelphia. Right now, Sal Maglie on the mound, tossing a few down to catcher Johnny Roseboro. Roy Campanella still out with a bad thumb. Sandy Ambrose, who got punched on the right arm last night, he will be out of action for a couple of days. Sandy has a big puffed up spot on his right forearm just below the elbow. Maglie 6-6 on the year, 1-2 against the Giants this year, and 2-2 lifetime. Worthington 8-9 on the year is 1-0 against Brooklyn and 4-1 lifetime against the Dodgers. Maglie throwing them in with Reese, Neal, Gilliam, and Hodges on the infield, Samoli in left, Snyder in center, and in right field, Carl Fullerton. Here's Danny O'Connell stepping in now to take his swings with Maglie's pitches. And stepping to the microphone for Lucky Strike in the play-by-play, here's Tim Scully. Tim?
Thank you, Jerry, and good afternoon, everybody, and a very pleasant day to you, wherever you may be. Danny O'Connell, Don Mueller, and Willie Mays. And Maglie goes to work and misses inside, ball one. O'Connell batting .265 with 7 home runs, 31 runs batted in. Maglie checks his sign, back he comes, and his curve drops too low, ball two. Fine crowd on hand. We have over 6,000 knot-hole youngsters here today, and we're delighted to see the youngsters in the ballpark. Maglie delivers 2-0, and the fastball is over. 2-1. Tommy Gorman, the plate umpire. Dusty Bodges at first. Kenny Burkhardt at second. Al Dixon at third. Bodges not feeling well, so they kind of twisted the proper rotation around a bit. 2 runners inside, ball 3. 3-1. O'Connell now takes a look at Davy Williams to see if there's a sign out. 3 balls, 1 strike. The leadoff man, Danny O'Connell. 3-1 pitch is in there, strike 2. Full count to Danny. Maglie rubbing at the ball, looks in to get his sign now from Johnny Roseboro. And the 3-2 pitch to Danny O'Connell. Cut on, a fly ball into right center and shallow. Furlow and Snyder coming over. It's Furlow for the catch. 1 up, 1 away. Don Mueller being announced. Don hitting .263 with 6 home runs, 36 runs batted in. 1 out, first inning, no score. Just the start of things. Lucky Strike blowing smoke rings to you and wishing you the very best on this Labor Day weekend. Fastball to Mueller, in for the strike, 0-1. Don comes out. They have a mild discussion about the pitch with plate umpire Tommy Gorman. Maglie back with a strike 1 pitch. A changeup is nubbed up along third. They better let it roll. They do, and it dies fair. So it'll be a base hit for Don Mueller. Neither Reese, Roseboro, nor Maglie had a chance. Mueller was actually fooled on the changeup and hit it right off the end of his bat. Squared it up along third, and he beat it out. So Mueller gets an infield single. Willie Mays, batting .332. He's second to Stan Musial's .340. 28 home runs, 86 runs batted in. Maglie checking Mueller, now delivers. Fastball is foul back. 0-1. One out, first inning, no score. Giants and the Dodgers in the second game of this three-game series. They'll close things out tomorrow. Johnny Padres and Ray Crome. Kurt Barkley has a very tender and somewhat stiff right shoulder. The strike one pitch, curve, cut on and foul back, 0-2. Mays had that right off the hands, and it hurt a little bit. Willie wringing his right hand a moment, now gets back in. Maglie checking signs. Johnny Roseboro wigwags him out to him. Strike two pitch. Mays swings, and it's a base hit into left field. Mueller goes to second and holds on. So Willie hits an 0-2 pitch into left for a base hit, and the batter, Ray Jablonski. Jablonski batting .299, 7 home runs, 41 runs batted in. Don Mueller at second, Willie Mays at first. One out, first inning, no score. Mueller looks to his men, now works the plate and misses inside. Ball one. On deck, Hank Sowers. In a first-inning jam. Sal turns on the rubber, now set. The 1-0 pitch. Slow curve into the strike. 1-1. Both the Giants and the Dodgers were talking about Don Drysdale's brilliant performance last night. It's all the Giants were talking about in their dressing room after the game. Shaking their heads and saying he's quite a kid. Maglie decides to back off the rubber now, just staring in. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ray Jablonski. Maglie looks to his runners and delivers 1-1, and a sharp curve is cut down and missed. 1-2. Nothing to report at all in the American League. All their games are at night. There are 2 afternoon games in the National League besides this one. 1-2 pitch. Fastball in there. Call strike 3. Ray Jablonski had to be guessing that time. Maglie came right down the middle with the fastball. 2 outs. Here's Hank Sowers. Hank batting .260, 22 home runs, 64 runs batted in. In the games to be played this afternoon, Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, Friend and Cardwell. The Cardinals and the Cubs, Wiemeyer against either Drott or Elson. These are probable. And Milwaukee at Cincinnati tonight. So we'll have a pretty quiet scoreboard today. Tower waiting. Maglie going to let him hang up there. Now Maglie ready and delivers. Curveball, low and inside. Ball 1. 1-0. Not only do we have the 6,000 not-all young ladies stay here, and we have quite a representation. I don't think we're going to have our over 4,000 ladies that we had a week ago. It's nice to have the gals out here with us. Maglie delivers 1-0 to Sauer, and the curve is over. 1-1. Don Mueller nubbed one up along third for a base hit. Mays single to left. Jablonski is struck out. So with two down, the count to Hank Sauer, 1 ball, 1 strike. Maglie ready, the 1-1er. Sharp curve, and there's a fly ball into shallow left. Samoli trotting in. Under it now and takes it for the out, and that does it. Well, the Giants in the first inning, no runs, 2 hits. They leave 2 men. At the end of half an inning, the Giants nothing, and the Dodgers coming up. Jim Gilliam batting .253 with a home run and 31 runs batted in. Gilliam, Samoli, and Snyder in the bottom of the first inning, no score. Al Worthington ready to go with a record of 8 wins and 9 defeats. He is 1-0 against Brooklyn and lifetime 4-1. Big right-hander. Delivers and wrinkles the first one in for a strike, 0-1. His slider didn't break too much. Jablonski about even with the bag at third. Worthington ready to work, and the strike 1 pitch. Gilliam runs up as if to bunt and takes it low. 1 ball, 1 strike. The youngsters begin the chant now. We want a hit. The 1-1 pitch to Gilliam, a curveball grounded foul outside of first base. 1-2. Checking signs. Al ready now, and the 1-2 pitch to Gilliam. High, jumps out of Valmy Thomas's glove. 2-2. Worthington has 1 complete game in 10 starts. It was a beauty. He defeated Philadelphia 1-0, allowing just 3 hits. He delivers 2-2 to Gilliam, and that one slips it way high, ball 3. Worthington kind of looks at his right hand as if it done him wrong. 3-2. Worthington delivers 3-2 to Gilliam, and the pitch is bounced to the right of O'Connell, who's up with it, turns and flips back to first in time for the out. 1 up, 1 away. Gino Samoli batting .302. He has 10 home runs, 52 runs batted in. Getting squared away at the plate. Worthington just waiting. Now Red is ready and delivers. Samoli jumps away. A fastball at his knees. Ball 1. 1 out, last of the first inning. Bases empty. No score. Giants and Dodgers. The 1-0 pitch to Gino. Curve cut on and fouled away upstairs. 1-1. The Giants will make their final appearance of 1957 here at Ebbets Field tomorrow afternoon. Johnny Padres will be here to try and usher them out. And for the Giants, Ray Crone. Oh, it should be a good one. Plenty of seats, somewhere like 20,000 seats available, just waiting to be picked up, and we hope you'll spend the time with us. Sidearm curve is inside, ball 2, 2-1. Worthington back to the plate, and the curveball is high. Ball 3, 3-1. Darrell Spencer comes in from short, hollers something to Worthington. Now the 3-1 pitch to Samoli. Lined into right center. Mays on the run. The ball slicing away from him and going into the alleyway. Samoli on his way for second and makes a turn. The cut off by O'Connell. Samoli's going to be hung up. Now goes diving back to second and makes it. Willie Mays Mays made a tremendous play in the alleyway, and Somoli made one basic mistake. He took something for granted. He's lucky, however, he got back to second safely. Well, when Somoli saw the ball go by Mays heading for the alleyway, it must have flashed in Gino's mind, well, I'll take three. Mays grabbed the ball on a bounce with his back to home plate, made an awkward twisting throw back towards Danny O'Connell, but the point was he got rid of the ball. And as Somoli was just running around second base, Danny O'Connell had the ball. O'Connell was slightly bewildered and surprised and threw to third. And Somoli put on the brakes and just did get back to second. And Mays started it off with a fine cutoff in the alleyway. Here's Snyder. Worthington delivers, and it's cut on and missed. Gino Somoli doubles into right center, and boy, he almost jumped out of his uniform when he saw O'Connell with the ball. No score, first inning. Snyder hitting .286. Worthington checking Somoli. Checks again, now delivers. And Snyder takes low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Duke has 34 home runs, 78 runs batted in. Now the 1-1 pitch to the Duke. Fastball outside. Ball 2. 2-1. Giants, no runs, 2 hits. Hodges, no runs on 1 hit. Somoli has just doubled. Quite a play by Mays. Robbed Somoli of the other base. The 2-1 pitch. Slow curve, fouled away. 2-2. Worthington looks in to get a sign from Valmy Thomas. Somoli backing away off second. Dal Spencer right back of him. O'Connell presents no problem. He's in the hole out on the grass. The 2-2 pitch. Little high to Snyder. Ball 3. On deck, Gil Hodges. Two pitch to the Duke. Down low, ball 4. Well, with 1 out. Somoli doubles. Snyder walks, and it brings up Hodges. Gil batting .304 with 23 home runs, 84 runs batted in. In his last 11 ball games, he's hit 6 for the distance. On deck, Carl Furillo. Pounding the ball in the mid of his glove, waiting for Hodges to get dug in up there. One out, first inning, no score. Worthington ready and delivers, and Hodges backs away from a pitch that stays inside. Ball 1. 1-0. Pitch to Gill. In for the strike. 1-1. Somoli away from second. Snyder from first. Rigney a little impatient now. Goes to the water coolers. The 1-1er. Just low. Ball 2. 2-1. Rigney standing up in front of his bench. Now sits back down again, leaning forward. Manager kind of fidgeting a bit here in the first inning. Worthington delivers 2-1 to Hodges, and it's cut on and missed. Gill going all the way around. 2-2. First inning, no score. The Giants had a mild threat. Couldn't do anything, and the Dodgers trying to do something here in the bottom of the first. Worthington checks his men. Now delivers. And the pitch in there. Call strike 3. Oh, Hodges caught looking. Down he goes. 2 out. Here's Carl Furillo. Furillo has been blazing hot, so much so that his average is now up to 290. He has 10 home runs, 54 runs batted in. Furillo is one of the really great closing hitters during a year. After the All-Star game, he follows a usual pattern. And in the month of August, he's hit .441. Furillo settles in now. Worthington staring down to get his sign. Samoli a good lead off second. Snyder away from first. Worthington checks and delivers. There's a throw down to second base. Samoli gets back. And the pitch was outside. Ball 1. Gino taking quite a lead, and the Giants would have none of it, so Spencer cutting back. 1 ball, no strikes. Gino again comes walking halfway off that bag. And again, Spencer ducks in back of him. Worthington checking him as he dances. The 1-0 pitch to Furillo is lined into center field for a base hit. Mays charging. Here comes Samoli. The throw to the plate is not in time. Oh, Carl Furillo, who's blazing hot up there at home plate, rips a single to center to get a run over. Snyder stopping at second. And the Dodgers lead 1-0 here in the first inning. Charlie Neal, the batter, hitting .268. 10 home runs, 47 runs batted in. Neal branded Ruben Gomez last night when he hit one in the seats, a 3-run home run. Worthington delivers, and Charlie takes on the corner, 0-1. Snyder at second, Furillo at first. 2 out, a run over in the first inning, and the Dodgers lead 1-0. Worthington back with a strike 1 curve, and that's fouled away. 0-2. Ready. Strike 2 pitch to Charlie Neal. Foul back. Count remains. No balls, 2 strikes. Worthington trying to work his way out of a first inning jam. The strike 2 pitch to Neal, cut on and hunts down to Darrell Spencer, who juggles and then steps on the bag, and they get the 4th. In the first inning for Brooklyn, 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, they leave 2 men on. At the end of 1 inning of play, Brooklyn 1 and the Giants nothing.
Dodgers lead 1-0 going to the top of the second inning with Darrell Spencer, Whitey Lockman, and Balmy Thomas due up now to face Maglie. So for more action, here's Finn.
Darrell Spencer batting .268. 11 home runs, 47 runs batted in. Spencer, Lockman, and Balmy Thomas. Maglie checking signs with Johnny Roseboro, and Sal sends the first pitch in as a high drive into left center. Snyder and Samoli converging, both calling, and now Snyder kind of hops up a little bit and takes it right out from in front of Samoli's glove. Both men were looking at the ball, and both men were signaling with their hands. Neither man looking at one another, and for a moment there, it looked like a collision. Then Snyder just reached up and grabbed it. 1 out. You got to really sing it out, especially with 6,000 kids out there in left field making a lot of noise. The outfielders had better let one another know what's going on. Whitey Lockman batting .247. Takes a strike. Whitey with 7 home runs, 28 runs batted in. Maglie back with the strike 1 pitch. A drag bunt up towards first. It'll be a tough one, and the play to Maglie is just in time. Tremendous speed by Hodges. If you like basketball, you know what a pick is. You know when they cut off the post and the big man usually feeds off to somebody driving in for a layup? Well, that's the way that looks. A beautiful bunt by Lockman and a tremendous combination fielding play. Hodges charged it. He didn't have time to scoop the ball. He grabbed it with the bare hand and just flicked it out. Hung it out right over the bag for Maglie to grab it on the run. Ball 1. Valmy Thomas hitting .254 with 4 home runs, 24 runs batted in. And Maglie's curve is lined into center. Snyder goes in, now has to go back, and it's over his head. He's playing it off the wall, and Thomas on his way with a double. Boy, Snyder really fooled on that ball. He turned every which way. Thomas hit a low line drive that took off. Snyder was so badly fooled on it that he never even leaped up in the air and tried to one-hand it. And that, of course, one of his specialties. This went over his head. So with 2 out, Valmy Thomas doubles, and the batter, Red Worthington. Alan Worthington batting .088. He has 3 hits, good for 3 RBIs. Going to try another helmet up there. 2 out, second inning, 1-0 Brooklyn. Maglie ready and delivers. And the curveball, a half swing, it's over anyway. 0-1. The strike 1 pitch to Worthington, down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Neal jumps in back of Valmy Thomas, but Roseboro does not throw. 1-1. Maglie delivers 1-1. The curve cut on and missed. 1-2. Valmy Thomas coming away from second. 2 out. Maglie delivers. The pitch is cut on and fouled away, and the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dodgers 1, Giants nothing. 2 out, second inning. Maglie bends at the waist to get his sign. Now he straightens up. The 1-2 pitch to Worthington, and it hits him. Worthington hit by the pitch. Worthington now wants a light windbreaker brought down to him, so with a 1 ball, 2 strike count, pitcher Alan Worthington nicked by the pitch, safely on at first. Valmy Thomas at second, and with 2 out, Danny O'Connell the batter. Maglie had a fastball get away from him. Worthington tried to jackknife and get away from it, and it nicked him. Danny O'Connell flied to right in the first inning, batting .264. 7 home runs, 31 runs batted in. turns on the rubber now, looks to his base runners, and delivers a fastball that's pulled foul off third base over the roof and out of the ballpark. 0-1. Maglie getting a sign from Roseboro. Now delivers 0-1. O'Connell takes just inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, both starting pitchers have been in plenty of trouble. Maglie left 2 men on the base paths in the first inning. He's trying to do the same thing here in the second. And the Dodgers got a run in the first inning. 1-1 to Danny O'Connell. Maglie delivers 1-1. The curveball is in there. Strike 2. Kind of mad at himself. Picks up a little pebble and throws it away and then gets back in. Maglie straightens up. The 1-2 pitch to O'Connell, sidearm curve that's popped up. Hodges coming over in foul ground, under it now, and takes it, and that does it. For the Giants in the second inning, no runs, 1 hit, they leave 2, so they've left 4 men in their 2 innings of at-bats. And at the end of an inning and a half, the Dodgers won, the Giants nothing. Well, Pee-wee batting .226, 1 home run, 21 runs batted in. Worthington throwing down to Ossie Virgil, while Valmy Thomas went out to the mound to get something squared away. Second inning, 1-0 Brooklyn. The Dodgers 1 run on 2 hits, and the Giants no runs, 3 hits. Pee-wee Reese, Johnny Roseboro, and Sal Maglie here in the second inning. Light breeze blowing in from back of left field. Worthington's first pitch, outside and low, ball 1. Just a light breeze coming out of the northwest, so it won't be too hot. The 1-0 pitch to Pee-wee, in for the strike, 1-1. Worthington winds a 1-1 to Pee-wee. Breaking ball, low and away. Ball 2. 2-1. Now the redhead back with his 2-1 pitch, and it's promptly belted right up the middle. A clean base hit for Reese. Mays comes on to field the ball and get it back in, so Pee-wee opens the second with a single to center. Johnny Roseboro batting .151. He has 8 hits, 1 of them a home run, and 4 RBIs. Worthington up on top to get his sign. Now ready, checks Reese and delivers, and Roseboro pulls it foul outside of first. 0-1. Ball bounces off the box seats, and so Don Mueller has to come in and retrieve in shallow right field. 0-1 the count. Worthington again checks Reese, now delivers high and away to Roseboro, 1-1. Lucky Strike sending it all to you from Ebbets Field in Brooklyn. The 1-1 to Roseboro, a bounce to the right of O'Connell and through for a base hit. Reese is around second, on his way to third. Mays, in trying to scoop up the ball, drops it. Roseboro, a wide turn. They throw back to first and get him. Roseboro made his wide turn at first when Mays had overrun the ball, and Johnny's spikes gave way, and he fell to his knees. They fired quickly back towards first base in time to get him. So Roseboro gets a base hit, sending Reese to third. There'll be no error charged to Mays. And then Roseboro making his turn trip, and they get him. So one out, and the batter, Sal Maglie. Well, give Roseboro a single, and he's out, rounding first base. From Mays to Darrell Spencer, back to Whitey Lockman. One out, Reese at third, and the batter, Sal Maglie. He has one hit this year. The infield drawn in tight. Worthington winds and delivers, and Maglie swings and doesn't get it. 0-1. The outfield is shallow, Don Mueller in particular in right field. Worthington ready, and the strike one pitch to Maglie. They pitch out, no throw to third, but the bluff drives Reese back. 1-1. Worthington delivers 1-1. Maglie swings and doesn't get it. 1-2. On deck, Jim Gilliam. The 1-2 pitch, cut on and missed, and down goes Maglie. Two out here in the second inning. 2 strikeouts for Alan Worthington, and the batter, Jim Gilliam, with Reese at third. Gilliam bounced out in the first inning to Danny O'Connell. He's batting .252. Bill Rigney making signs to Worthington out on the mound. Be ready for the bunt now. Worthington nods. Reese coming down the line off third. Worthington delivers. Junior swings a bouncer backhanded by Lockman. He'll do it himself. Oh, Whitey Lockman takes the run away from Brooklyn, backhanding Gilliam's bid for a base hit, and for the Dodgers in the second inning. No runs, 2 hits, 1 man left on. The end of 2 innings of play, the Dodgers won, the Giants nothing. Don Mueller hitting .266. Overswung on the changeup and beat out a dribble up along the third baseline. So Mueller 1 for 1. Then Mays and Jablonski. Had a few men left on. The Giants have left 4 in their 2 innings, and the Dodgers 3. The first pitch to Mueller, just outside, ball 1, 1-0. Maglie back with his 1-0 pitch. Mueller takes, high and away, ball 2, 2-0. Maglie delivers 2-0 to Mueller and gets it in there, 2-1. Maglie back 2-1. The fastball misses. Ball 3. 3-1. Now the 3-1 pitch. Outside and high, ball 4. So Don Mueller walks to open up things in the third inning, and here's Willie Mays. Willie singled to left field in the first inning, batting .334. Maglie ready. Hodges holding Mueller at first. Sal delivers, and Mays swings and fouls it into the Dodger dugout. 0-1. Maglie working on a new ball. Roseboro blinking signs out to him. Sal delivers 0-1. Then Mays takes a half swing and it's in there anyway. A fastball that was really sailing coming in there. 0-2. Mays, his jaws working away on a piece of chewing gum. Maglie ready. Strike 2 pitch to Willie. Curve cut on. Bounce down to third. Reese goes to Gilliam for 1, and there's no play at first base. So force play at second, 5-4. 1 out, and the batter, Ray Jablonski. Ray batting .298. Struck out looking in the first inning. Dodgers 1, Giants nothing. 1 out in the third. Maglie takes a look at Mays. Still checking him. Willie goes. The curve is high. The throw is too high into center field. Mays is up on his way to third and makes it easily. So Willie steals second and goes to third on Roseboro's error. For Willie, his 33rd stolen base. So just like that, 1 out. And the Giants have the potential tying run at third base. Mays has stolen 33. 1 ball, no strikes to Ray Jablonski, and the Dodger infield starts to come up. Everyone in sight with the exception of Neal, who's back off the grass a few steps. Reese now is about even with the bag at third. On the right side in tight. The 1-0 pitch. Jablonski swings at a curve and doesn't get it. 1-1. And the way Mays has been acting on the base paths this year, you might just well really keep an eye out on him at third. 33 stolen bases. Maglie ready, and the 1-1er. Curve cut on, a high foul back of the plate. No play. 1-2. Jablonski waiting, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Maglie looks at third. Now the 1-2 pitch. Jablonski looks, it's in there. Call strike 3. So for the second time, Ray is caught looking. 2 down, and the batter, Hank Sowers. One thing about Mays in his personal duel with Brooklyn on the base paths, he has tried to steal 7 times this year against the Dodgers. He's been successful 4 and thrown out 3. Sal waiting. Maglie winds and delivers, and the curve is cut on and fouled back out of play. 0-1. Willie Mays at third base. He got on a force play, stole second, went to third on Roseboro's overthrow, and is acting very impatient down there now as he comes away from the bag. Maglie looks over at him, now winds, and the strike 1 pitch. Sidearm curve, up high. 1-1. Sun really breaking out now and pouring down on us. Brightens things up considerably. 1-1. 2 out, third inning, 1-0 Brooklyn. Maglie delivers 1-1. Sowers swings and misses. 1-2. Big Hank let out. Maglie checking Mays. The 1-2 pitch to Hank Sauer. Cut on and missed. Strike 3. So now Sal Maglie with a runner at third and one out. Strikes out Ray Jablonski and Hank Stowers. Jabbo looking and Stowers swinging. In the third inning, no runs, no hits. There was one error and one man left on. The Giants have now left 5 in 3 innings. The end of 2.5 innings of play. Brooklyn 1, the Giants nothing. Gino Stromoli doubled into the alleyway in right center in the first inning, batting .304. It was almost nipped after rounding second as Mays got the ball back to the infield in a great hurry. But O'Connell threw to third, and Gino was able to get back. And he's the difference, for he eventually came around to score on Ferrello's single. 1-0 Brooklyn, bottom of the third. Worthington looking over at Whitey Lockman. Lockman pulling at the lacing of his glove, and now we're ready. The first pitch is Smoley, inside, ball 1, 1-0. Brooklyn a run on 4 hits. The Giants no runs on 3 hits. The 1-0 pitch to Smoley. Curve, cut on and miss. 1-1. Worthington back with the 1-1 pitch. Overhand curve, and that's up high. Ball 2. 2-1. The pitch to Smoley, cut on and missed, 2-2. End of this inning, we'll have a complete rundown of all the scores and pitches involved. You sum up the American League in one word: night. Worthington delivers 2-2 to Gino Smoley, and it's cut on and fouled back to the wire. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Milwaukee and Cincinnati will be playing tonight, so we'll have no chance to see how the Braves make out during this one. Smoley waiting 2-2. On deck, Duke Snyder. Worthington delivers 2-2, and the fastball is cut on a high pop fly. Danny O'Connell is calling out on the edge of the outfield grass and makes his play. 1 up, 1 away. Duke Snyder drew a walk in the first inning. He's batting .286. Worthington ready to go to work and delivers to the Duke, and the pitch is cut on and missed. Snyder taking not a full swing, apparently fooled by the pitch. 0-1. Worthington right back again, and the pitch is grounded to the right of O'Connell and through for the base hit. So Snyder just bounces one into center field for the base hit. Five hits for Brooklyn, and the batter Gil Hodges. Gil struck out looking in the first inning, hitting .303. Worthington looks over at Snyder. Now works the plate, and Hodges takes the strike. 0-1. 1 out, bottom of the third inning. Brooklyn 1, Giants nothing. Dodgers got the run in the first inning. Doubled by Smoley, and Ferrello singled him in. Strike 1 pitch to Hodges. Cut on a high foul back of the plate. Valmy Thomas takes a look, but he has no play. 0-2. Holding the bag against Snyder. Now Worthington ready, and just as he is, Hodges backs out, so time is called. Now we're ready. The strike 2 pitch, sidearm curve outside, ball 1. 1-0. Worthington is big enough to give you the impression the first time you see him, well, here's a fellow who's going to wind up and rear back and fire. But most of the time, he throws breaking stuff up there. The 1-2 pitch stays inside, 2-2. Hard to believe that tomorrow will be the last chance to see the Giants over here at Brooklyn. Well, the year is really running out. 2-2 pitch to Hodges, taken high, ball 3. So, unless you've made some important plans, we have the seats for you. Over 20,000 seats available. We picked up when the gates of the ballpark open up tomorrow. Come on out, see the Giants and Dodgers for the last time this year at Ebbets Field. Then Monday, the Labor Day doubleheader with the Phillies, and the Dodgers will not be back here until September the 20th. 3-2 pitch, Snyder goes, and it's popped up. Dal Spencer coming over with sunglasses on, now at third base, and makes the play. He's calling for it all the way, and Jablonski gave him a lot of room. Two down in the third. Snyder at first base, and Carl Frillo, the batter. Single to center to drive in a run. His average now at .292. Boy, Frillo's been making a lot of noise during this month of August. Snyder inching off the bag. Lockman holds him. And the pitch to Frillo. Curved, nubbed halfway to the mound. Worthington fields it, turns, and throws him out. So Frillo taps out 1-3. And for the Dodgers in the third inning, no runs, one hit, a man left on. They've left 4. The end of 3 innings of play. The Dodgers a run on 5 hits and 1 error with 4 left. And for the Giants, no runs on 3 hits and no errors. They have left 5.
Thanks, Ben, and here we go now in the fourth. Spencer flied to center his first time at bat, hitting .267. The Dodgers run in the first inning, a double by Simoli and a single by Frillo to get him home. Game 2 of the series, the finale tomorrow. Maglie now looks down for a sign from catcher Johnny Roseboro as Spencer leans in. The windup, and here's the pitch. Curveball is down low, and it's ball 1. Whitey Lockman on deck and Valmy Thomas down in the hole. Maglie delivers, low again with a breaking ball, and it's 2-0 count on Darrell Spencer. 2-0 count. Spencer walks out a minute, now goes back in. Has a closed stance, front foot pointing toward first. Right foot pulled way back. Pitch. Curveball for a strike called at the knees, and it's 2-1 now on Darrell Spencer. Brooklyn 1, New York 0, top of the 4th inning. Maglie delivers. Ground ball hit to the right side. Right at Gilliam, up with it. Makes his play in time for the out. 1 away. So Spencer grounds out to start the 4th inning, and here's Whitey Lockman. Whitey hitting .246. Grounded out on a fine play on a bunt try. Hodges fed Maglie on a great play to get Lockman his first time up. Lockman at bat, Thomas on deck. 1 away in the 4th inning. Whitey batting to the left side, 7 home runs and 28 runs batted in. Maglie's fastball stays outside. It's ball 1. 1-0 count to Lockman. Maglie ready. Here's the pitch. Curve is in at the knees for a strike, and the count is 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Lockman, 1 out. Top of the 4th inning, New York batting. Maglie delivers again. Fly ball hits the right field deep. Back goes Frillo. Back near the boards, and this one is off the scoreboard. Here's the throw to second base. Not in time. Lockman slides in with a double. Whitey Lockman with a high fly ball halfway up the scoreboard in right field. And before Valmy Thomas comes on, we'll pause now for station identification. This is the Brooklyn Dodgers Radio Network.
Dial 1460 WOKO, your Brooklyn Dodger station in Albany, New York. It's 3 o'clock WOKO time.
Those records. Solomon Thomas at bat. He had a double his first time up on a liner hit over Snyder. On second is Lockman. Maglie out of a stretch. Change-up curve flips and comes high, and it's ball one. The double Lockman is hit number 4 off Maglie. The Dodgers have picked up 5 hits off Worthington. Brooklyn leads 1-0 top of the fourth. Lockman moving off second base. Gilliam shading the bag just a bit with the right-hand batter up there. Neal playing deep in the hole at shortstop, and Reese back at normal depth at third. The pitch. Curveball is low and outside. Ball 2. 2-0 count to Valmy Thomas. He's hitting at .258, has 4 home runs and 24 runs batted in. Sal Maglie for the Dodgers. Checks the sign now. Here's the pitch. Fly ball to left field. Cimoli going over the corner near the line. He's there. He's got it. And there are 2 out. As Thomas skies to Cimoli in the left field corner. Coming on now will be the pitcher for New York, Red Worthington. Red was hit by a pitch ball his first time up. He has 3 hits on the year and 34 at bat. On second, Whitey Lockman, 2 outs, top of the fourth inning. The Dodgers lead New York 1-0. Maglie out of a stretch now, pitching to Worthington. Curves him, and it's a strike. Worthington went through with a swing, tried to hold up, but he'd gone too far. 0-1 on Worthington. Maglie checking signs with catcher Johnny Roseborough. Lockman a good lead off second. Here's the pitch. Curveball chopped back to the mound. Easy play for Maglie. Throw is in time for the outside retired. For the Giants in the fourth inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 more left on. The Giants now have left 6 men on and 4 turns at bat. So at the end of 3.5 innings of play, the score in the ball game, the Dodgers 1 and the Giants nothing. All right, Deal was on a force play his first time up. Reese to follow, Roseborough after that. Worthington was a little slow coming out. He was the last batter in the inning, so went to the dugout before coming to the mound. The Giants defensively have Jablonski at third, Spencer at short, O'Connell at second, and Lockman at first. Sauer, Mays, and Mueller in the outfield. Worthington pitching and Thomas doing the catching. Tomorrow, the final game of the series between the Dodgers and the Giants. They play their last series of the year next week at the Polo Grounds, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. A big Monday doubleheader Labor Day here at Ebbets Field with the Philadelphia Phils in town. And then Tuesday night, the Dodgers play the Phils in their farewell appearance at Jersey City for the year. Wednesday and Thursday at Philadelphia with a game on Thursday sent back to you on Channel 9 TV, 7:55. All right, set to play, last of the fourth. Charlie Neal steps in, and Worthington looks down for a sign. Here's the windup and pitch. Curveball is inside off the hips, and it's ball 1. Neal hitting at .267 has 99 hits. 10 home runs, 47 runs batted in. Curve is down low, ball 2. 2-0 count to Neal. The Dodger run came in the first inning. They had a threat in the second and another in the third. The Giants have had runners on in each inning but haven't been able to score. Here's a foul ball chopped down at the plate, and it's 2-1 now to Neal. Last of the fourth inning, Brooklyn 1, New York nothing. The windup in the 2-1 pitch. Fly ball, well hit to right field. This one is off the scoreboard. Neal around, digs to second now as the ball comes straight down. Mueller's throw, and not in time, cut off by O'Connell. And hit number 100 for Charlie Neal is a double off the scoreboard in right field. Hit number 6 for Brooklyn. Don Mueller turned and waited for the ball to come off the scoreboard, but did not bounce off. It came straight down, and so Don had to go to the edge of the fence and make his play. Neal with an easy double to right field. And now before Reese steps in, Balmy Thomas goes out to talk to Worthington. So we have a confab at the mound. Score 1-0. The Dodgers now with a threat here in the fourth inning. Reese at bat, Roseboro to follow. Pee Wee singled to center his first time up, hitting .229. Charlie Neal down off second. Worthington out of the stretch. Now the pitch. Fastball outside, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Worthington checks his runner, gets his sign now. He's in there waiting for the Dodgers. The check for Worthington, the pitch to the plate. Ground ball cut back to the middle of center field. Base hit. Here's Neal around third, and he'll score as the throw comes to second from Mays, and the Dodgers lead 2-0. With his second hit, gets home the Dodgers' second run. Neal scoring it. And it'll be Johnny Roseboro coming on now. The Dodger lead 2-0 here in the last half of the fourth inning. Roseboro singled to center his first time and then was caught off trying to get back into first. He'd rounded too far, and Mays threw to second base and punches really the Lockman got him. Bullpen activity now for the Giants, a left-hander and a right-hander. Constable will be the left-hander. Nope. McCormick. All right, McCormick and Stu Miller. Strike one count on Roseboro. Worthington ready again. Here's the pitch. Outside with a curve, and it's ball one, strike one now to Johnny Roseboro. The Dodgers 2 runs on 7 hits. New York no runs on 4 hits. Worthington delivers, fouled away, and it's 1-2 now to Roseboro. Lucky strike, a light smoke, sending you play-by-play. The Dodgers and the Giants, game 2 of the series. One and two, Roseboro waiting. Reese edges off first. Worthington now set. Throws to first base, not in time. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Fouled away, bouncing into the box seat on the right side. And a one-hand grab by one of the customers down there. Count. Reese again off first. Roseboro waiting. Takes it high outside for a ball, and the count evens at 2-2. Turn 2. Nobody out. 1 run in. Neal doubled off the scoreboard, and Reese singled him home. Roseboro now trying to keep the momentum going for the Dodgers. Turn 2. Worthington set. Here's the pitch. Rolled out in front of the plate. Thomas out. Up with it. Goes to first base. In time there, and Reese is into second. Thomas looked like he had a notion to go to second, then changed his mind and went to first base to get Roseboro. And Reese advances on the ground out. It was not a bunt. Tapped out in front of the plate. So Roseboro grounds out. Reese goes to second. And the batter will be Sal Maglie. Stops at the on-deck circle to get his bat from Jim Gilliam. Sal struck out his first time, and he has 1 hit this year and 28 at bat. Reese on second, 1 out, 1 run in. The Dodgers lead 2-0 last of the fourth inning. Worthington checks the sign. Here's the pitch. Pop fly on the right side. Danny O'Connell and Whitey Lockman, and Lockman makes the call and takes it for the out. So Maglie on a pop-up to first base. Two away now with Jim Gilliam coming on. Junior hitting .252. Junior has grounded out twice, once to second, once to first. Al Worthington checks his sign. Reese edges off second. Here's the pitch. Gilliam takes a breaking ball inside, too low, and it's ball one. 1-0 on Junior. On deck, Gino Simoli. Then to follow is Duke Snyder. 2 outs, 1 on, 1 run in. Now the look. Here's the pitch. Low with a fastball, and the count 2-0. Two-ball, no strike count on Gilliam. Reese edging off second. Spencer trying to keep him close. Curve on the outside corner, taken for a strike, and it's 2-1 now to Junior. Two balls, one strike. Reese at second. Worthington ready. Here's the pitch. Pop fly on the left side. Jablonski chasing it in foul territory. Now he's there. He's got it. And the side retired as Gilliam fouls out to Jablonski down the third baseline. So the Dodgers out in the fourth inning with 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on. So at the end of 4 innings of play, the score, the Dodgers 2, the Giants nothing. Next delivery is inside around the knees, ball 2. 2-0 count to Danny O'Connell. He has fouled out and flat out. 0 for 2 today, hitting .263. Maglie ready into the windup, and down comes the pitch. Curve is right in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike on O'Connell. Mueller on deck and Mays to follow. The Dodgers lead 2-0 on 7 hits. New York no runs on 4 hits. Curveball, strike 2 called on Danny O'Connell. Maglie working the ball low to O'Connell. Got that one in there just above the knees. 2-2 to count. Sal rubs up the ball. Dodger defense playing O'Connell straight away. Sal ready, the windup and pitch. Outside the ball. 3-2 now to O'Connell. Maglie ready. The windup and down it comes. Fly ball to center field. Snyder goes back, way back now, and he's got it. This Snyder turned one of the dead runs straight away, deep center field, and hauled her down. So it's 1 away now with Don Mueller coming to bat. Don has 1 hit and 1 official at bat. He has singled and walked. Pitch is a high curveball outside, ball 1 to Mueller. Willie Mays on deck. Maglie ready, delivers. Fastball just misses the outside corner, ball 2. 2-0 count to Don Mueller, left-hand hitter for the Giants at .266. The windup and pitch. Ground ball to the right side. One-handed by Hodges near the line. Feeds Maglie in time for the out. 2 away. Here's Willie Mays coming on, and Alan Rothsmith with an interesting fact for you. Beginning today's game, the Dodgers pitchers had allowed no runs in the last 18 innings. You recall the overtime game on Thursday night against Chicago. The last 9 by Roebuck, no runs, and the shutout by Drysdale last night. Maglie offers Mays a real grouper pitch, and Willie was tempted, but he didn't go after it. Now Willie walks around and kind of looks back at Sal and says, Willie is firing up there, Sal. He really pulled the string on that one. Willie didn't know whether to jump on that one or not, but it was low, so he let it go by. Ball one count to Mays. He has a single and on a forced play. The pitch. Fastball is outside. Ball two. So as of right now, the Dodgers string by the pitching staff is 22 scoreless innings. Mays swings on a curve and doesn't get it. 2-1. Willie had a big cut that time. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, top half of the 5th inning. The Dodgers lead the Giants 2-0. Sal checks the sign with Roseboro. Here's the pitch. Top foul off on the right side toward the dugout. It'll be out of play in the stands right behind the Dodger dugout. Two counts. Willie Mays waiting. Foul winds. Here's the pitch. High fly ball down the left field line, curling off foul. Now it'll be down in the stands and out of play. Smoley and Neal were giving that one a try. 2-2 to Mays. The amazing Willie Mays hitting .333. Ready. 2-2 on the way to the plate. Curve is inside off the letters. Ball 3. A full count now to Willie. 3-2. Maglie ready with the payoff pitch. Down it comes. High foul over the top to the left side. So the count holds on Mays at 3-2. Mays back in again. Maglie checks his sign. The windup and again the 3-2 pitch. Base hit right through the hole to left field. So Mays hits the 3-2 pitch. Hot liner right between Reese and Neal to left field. Off Maglie hit number 5, and for Mays his second of the day. Coming on now is Ray Jablonski, and Jabo has struck out twice, caught looking both times. Jablonski hitting .297. Sal Maglie now eyes Mays. Bluff's going, and the pitch to the plate is inside. Ball 1. The last time Willie was on, he stole second when Roseboro threw the ball to center. Mays wound up at third base. Jablonski waiting. A ball, 1 count, 2 outs. Mays on with a single. Maglie checks the runner. And now makes a throw over there, and Mays gets back easily. 1 ball, no strikes on Jablonski. Sal ready again. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, foul, just past third. And a 1-1 count now to Jablonski. One and one, Ray waiting. At first base, Willie Mays. Dodgers leading the ball game 2-0. He's playing in the 5th. There's a foul ball hit back to the right and out of play. 1-2 to Jablonski. 1-2. Mays a short lead off first. Maglie with a stretch. Here's the pitch. Foul ball on the ground, back of the plate. So to Jablonski, the count holds 1 ball, 2 strikes. There are 2 outs. Now the look. 1-2 pitch. A little high for ball 2, and the count evens now. 2-2 on Jablonski. The Dodgers got 1 run in the first and 1 in the fourth, lead 2-0, playing in the top of the 5th inning. Maglie checks Mays. There he goes. The pitch is swung on a high fly ball, deep left field. Samoli going back, and it's in there for a home run for Jablonski to tie the ball game. Jablonski gets the ball game all even now with his 8th home run of the year. Drives in Mays ahead of him. And here's Hank Sauer. He has struck out and flied to left. So we've got a brand new game now with 2 outs. Mays singled and Jablonski hit a home run. Maglie now pitching to Sauer. Ground ball, 1 hop to Hodges, who was way wide of the bag, playing the right side by himself, and Hodges wins the race, side retired. Hodges on that play with Sauer at bat had Gilliam playing directly behind second base, so Hodges had the entire right side, and he made the play. So in the 5th inning for New York, 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and none left on. And at the end of 4.5 innings of play, it's a brand new ball game. The Giants 2, the Dodgers 2. All right, Gino at that doubled his first time and scored the first run in the 1st inning, popped out in the 3rd. Worthington now set to come to Samoli with this one. Time called as a rubber ball is bounced on the field from the upper deck. Samoli hitting .303 has 10 home runs and 52 runs batted in. Worthington into the windup, and here's his pitch. Curve is way outside, ball 1. All tied up, 2-2 as Jablonski hit a home run with Mays aboard in the 5th inning to get her all even. Samoli at bat, Snyder on deck. Curve is again outside, ball 2 to Gino. 2-0 count. The windup in the pitch. Inside, bounces off Thomas's glove. And it's ball 3 now to Samoli. 3-0 the count. Samoli at bat, Snyder on deck. Here's ball 4 inside, and Gino is on with a walk. That's the second free pass given up by Worthington. Up now, Duke Snyder. Duke has walked and single, hitting .288. Outfield moves to the right to play Snyder. Jablonski in at third, even with the grass, playing against the left-hand batter. Giant infield otherwise, double play depth. Worthington ready. Here's the pitch. Duke swings and misses. Strike 1. Went for a big curveball. McCormick and Miller in the bullpen against the Giants down in left field. Count to Snyder. Worthington delivers. Duke swings and stops it foul off to the right of the plate. Strike 2. Snyder has 78 runs batted in and 34 homers. Oh, 1-2 count to Snyder. Samoli on first base. Score tied 2-2. Bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, gets by as Valmy Thomas, and down to second goes Smoley, makes a turn there, and holds up. The pitch was in the dirt and went right through the legs of catcher Valmy Thomas, and it's a wild pitch against Worthington. The count to Snyder, a ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 to Duke. Smoley off second now. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss, strike 3. Breaking ball, and Snyder goes down on strike. So Worthington is third strikeout of the game. Coming on now is Gil Hodges, who struck out and popped out. Gil hitting .302. Smoley on second. Walsh moved down on a wild pitch. 1 out. Snyder out on strike. Hodges waiting now with Cirillo on deck. Worthington ready. Here's the pitch to Gill. High, and Thomas lost the throw to second base, but holds up as Smoley beats it back in there. Ball 1 count to Hodges. For the Giants, a right-hander, Stu Miller, a left-hander, Mike McCormick in the bullpen down in left field. 1-0 count as Snyder waits. Smoley again with a good lead off second, and Spencer sneaking in behind him. Pitch to the plate. Pop foul. They're back upstairs. So to Hodges a count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Count. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss. Strike 2 on a breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Hodges. Last of the 5th inning, score tied 2-2. Dodgers took a 2-run lead. And then Ray Jablonski at a homer with Mays aboard in the 5th inning to tie it up. Griffin got 1 in the 1st and 1 in the 4th. Smoley on second. Worthington ready now. Check. Here's the pitch. Half swing, checked up in time, and it's ball 2. 2-2 now on Hodges. Both clubs have had base runners in every inning. Count, 2-2 score. 1 out, Smoley off second. Worthington ready. Here's the pitch. Bouncer foul to the left of the plate. Turn 2. Worthington gets a new ball to work with. Worthington ready. Here's the pitch. Inside off the hips, and it's ball 3. A full count now to Hodges, 3-2. Same clubs tomorrow at 2 o'clock, the finale of the series here at Ebbets Field. Two to Hodges. 1 out, 1 on, last of the 5th inning. Now Worthington ready again. 3-2 pitch on the way. Gill swings and fouls it back. To Hodges. All right, the stretch to look, and here's the pitch. Gill swings a long drive to left field, curling, foul, and in the upper deck. Hodges gave him a thrill with that one. A long drive. Deep to left field, but up foul. Gill has had 6 home runs in his last 11 ball games and has 23 on the year. He leads the club in runs batted in with 84. Pitch. Swung on a long drive to left field. This one is going, gone. Home run for Hodges. Gil Hodges, number 24, and 7 home runs in his last 12 ball games. Dodgers lead 4-2. Cirillo due up now. The Dodgers out in front, using the home run by Hodges with Samoli aboard. Carl drove in and run with a single in the first inning and then grounded out, pitcher to first in the third. Worthington now into the windup, the pitch to Cirillo. Curveball is outside, ball 1. Carl is hitting .291 and starting today's game was hitting .441 in the month of August. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for a strike. The count is 1-1. Cirillo takes a curve outside, ball 2, and it's 2-1 now. The 2 RBIs for Hodges now runs his total to 86. Gill's trying to hit the 100 mark in runs batted in. The pitch is in for strike 2. Cirillo swinging with it, and it's in there. 2-2 count. The home run by Gill was his 10th during the month of August. And his lifetime number, 295. That's a lot of them, isn't it? 2-2, the windup and pitch to Cirillo. Low and away, ball 3. So a full count to Carl. We have 1 out, none on, 2 runs in. The Dodgers lead 4-2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Called on Carl. A curveball caught the inside corner knee high. Ball 1 from strikeout number 4. And before Neil comes on, we'll pause for station identification. This is the Brooklyn Dodgers Radio Network.
Peter. Dial 1460 WOKO, your Brooklyn Dodgers station in Albany, New York. It's 3:35 WOKO time.
First pitch to Neil is curve outside, low ball 1. Al Worthington for New York. Working on Neil here in the 5th. Charlie ducks away from the ball and it pops off his bat and goes into the stand foul. So a count of 1-1. Neil has a double in 2 turns, has scored 1 run. Batting average .270. Takes the pitch high inside, ball 2. 2-1 now on Neil. 2 outs, 2 runs in. Dodgers lead 4-2, bottom of the 5th. Swing and a foul down the right side in the upper deck. Count evens to Charlie, 2-2. Well, hope you're getting a good start on the big Labor Day weekend. Hope you got a good supply of Schaefer beer on hand, too. Here's a curve inside, ball 3. A full count to Neil, 3-2. Here's the pitch. Neal swings and misses strike three. Worthington strikes out the side in the fifth inning, but there was a walk and a home run for 2 runs for the Dodgers. So the totals in the last half of the fifth inning: Brooklyn 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors, and none gone. At the end of 5 innings of play, the score: the Dodgers 4, the Giants 2.
Now to the top half of inning number 6. Spencer, Luckman, and Thomas coming up in that order for the Giants. 4-2 Brooklyn. All right, Jerry.
All right, Spencer has gone 0 for 2 today. Maglie delivers first pitch, swing on a drive down the left field line. Foul. So Darrell Spencer lines one foul down to the Giant bullpen, and it's strike 1. The Dodgers got a run in the first, a run in the fourth. The Giants tied it with 2 in the fifth inning on a home run by Jablonski with Mays aboard. And then Hodges hit one with Samoli on to give the Dodgers the lead, 4-2. That came in the bottom of the fifth. Top of the sixth inning. Darrell Spencer leading it off. Maglie into the windup, and here's his pitch. Little low on the outside, and it's ball 1. Count evens 1-1 on Darrell Spencer. Maglie ready, delivers. Curveball low, and it's ball 2. 2-1 now. Two-one count on Spencer. Maglie checking the sign from catcher Johnny Roseboro. Delivers. A little popper at first base. Hodges comes over to make the grab for the out. Spencer tried to check his swing. The ball hit the bat and was a humpback liner to first. So it's 1 away. Spencer looping out to first baseman Gil Hodges. Here's Whitey Lockman coming on now. Whitey has 1 for 2 today. He doubled to right field. 1 away, top of the sixth inning. Maglie into the windup, delivers. Outside, ball 1. Eddie Roebuck and Sandy Koufax now get up and start throwing in the Dodger bullpen down in right field. Fastball on the corner for a strike, and the count to Lockman, 1-1. The Giant bullpen is busy now with 2 right-handers, Miller and Grissom. Ball 2 to Lockman, and the count 2-1. Maglie checking the sign. 1 out, none on, top of the sixth inning. Maglie's fastball is down low, and it's ball 3. 3-1 now on Whitey Lockman. Pitch. On the inside corner for a strike, and it's 3-2 now. Full count for Lockman. 3-2 pitch. Bounded it back over the mound, and Neal can't quite get it. Goes into center field for a base hit. Charlie gave it a try near the bag at second base, but it bounced on by him, and Lockman is on with hit number 7 for the Giants. That's for Lockman, his second hit of the day, and up now will be Valmy Thomas as a double and a flyout. The Dodgers lead 4-2. Thomas at bat. 1 out, 1 on, 6th inning. Maglie now checks his runner, delivers. Ground ball to third, and bounces off Reese's knee. Peavy stays with it, throws to second, throws the ball into right field. Lockman up now, digs to third, and he goes in easily. And Peewee is on one knee out on the infield, and we'll see if he was hurt on the ball. Hard to third, caught Peewee on the left knee. He's walking around now, and out goes Doc Wendler to see about it. The ball bounced up and hit Peewee right on the left knee, and he's now pulling down his left sock and having a look at it. He recovered, stayed with the ball, and then threw to second base, but got a bad throw by Gilliam into right field, and Lockman, who had slid into second base, got up and jogged into third. So the Giants have runners at first and third, and time called as umpire Doc Wendler is out having a look at Reese. And Pee-wee is going to be charged with 2 errors on the play. And on top of that, he got a sore knee out of it. He's up now walking around. And he's going to stay in there. Manager Will Austin also out to see about it. So Thomas is on at first base on the first error by Pee-wee. Lockman goes to second on it, and then Lockman goes to third when Reese made a bad throw for the second error. So the Giants have runners at first and third, and Gale Harris coming out now to bat for Alan Worthington. So Gale Harris, left-hand batting infielder, first baseman, will pinch hit here in the 6th inning for Alan Worthington. Worthington worked 5 innings, allowed 4 runs, 8 hits. He struck out 5 and walked 2. Harris hitting at .233, left-hand hitter. So the Giants have runners now at first and third. The Dodger infield plays double play-up against left-hand batter Gale Harris. Pitch outside, ball 1. On deck hitter is Danny O'Connell. Grissom and Miller in the Giant bullpen in left field will have a new pitcher in the last of the first. Maglie delivers, and it's in for a strike to Harris. 1-1. 1-1 count. Harris waiting. Lockman at third. Thomas at first. The pitch. High pop foul coming back out of play. A ball and 2 strike count now on the pinch hitter, Gale Harris. Maglie checks the runners again. Here's the pitch. Fly ball to center field. Well tagged. Over for it goes Snyder and makes the grab. Lockman tags the third and comes in to score easily. Holding at first base is Valmy Thomas. Sacrifice fly for pinch batter Gale Harris, and it's a 4-3 ball game. The Dodger lead cut in half. Scored by Lockman is unearned. Here's Danny O'Connell at bat now with 2 outs, 1 on, and the 4-3 ball game. Brooklyn leads top of the 6th inning. Valmy Thomas on at first. Maglie out of a stretch to pitch to O'Connell. Curveball is inside, ball 1. 1-0 count. Maglie ready again, delivers. Inside off the shoulders, and it's ball 2 to O'Connell. Roebuck and Koufax still in the bullpen for the Dodgers working along. Maglie ready, here's the pitch. Curve in for a strike, and it's 2-1 to O'Connell. Danny hitting .263. He's gone 0 for 3 today. Flat out twice, fouled out once. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Little low and inside, ball 3, and a 3-1 count now on O'Connell. Looking for New York 3, top of the 6th inning. Middle game of a 3-game series. Marv Grissom has stopped throwing in the bullpen and now is making his way toward the Giant dugout, so we'll assume Grissom will be the next pitcher for the Giants. 3-1 pitch is inside. He walked him. Off Maglie, walk number 2, and out comes manager Walt Austin to have a talk with his pitcher. The tying run in the first inning, Thomas moves to second base. O'Connell is first on a walk. And Alston now has to talk to Sal Maglie. With Don Mueller coming on, Alston motions to the bullpen to bring on the left-hander, Sandy Koufax. So he'll bring on Koufax, left-hander, to pitch to Don Mueller, left-hand batter. Now we'll keep an eye on the Giant bench to see if manager Bill Wrigley's going to counter that move. Mueller was in the on-deck circle, being called back to the bench. We'll wait and see. So that will be all for Maglie. Sal in the inning has allowed one hit and one walk, and there were two errors on one play by Reese. That got Sal a little trouble. Maglie comes off now. He was 5 2/3 innings. 3 runs, 2 earned, and 7 hits. He walked 2, struck out 3. Sandy Koufax coming on has 5-3 against the league. And he'll take over now. Maglie with 2 outs, 2 on, 1 run in, and the score 4-3 in the top of the 6th inning.
Number 32, Sandy Koufax.
So Koufax in now replacing Maglie. Koufax in his 28th ball game. He has started 12. Don Mueller comes back to the on-deck circle now, so it's probable that Don will bat in his regular turn. Well, while Koufax is getting tuned up out there, you might declare yourself a little time out and go out to the refrigerator and open up a bottle or can of Schaefer. Long about now. Don Mueller at bat. Balmy Thomas at second. Danny O'Connell at first. 2 outs, and the score 4-3. Brooklyn leads. And Koufax now trying to get out of here by disposing of Mueller. Willie Mays on deck. Here's the look by Koufax, and the pitch is swung on a fly ball to left center field. Snyder going forward, and Samuli over. It drops in for a base hit. Here's 1 run in. Here's O'Connell around third, and here's score. And the Giants lead 5-4. As the ball fell between Snyder and Samoli in left center, and they had trouble picking it up, and the throw then came to second base, came through Gilliam, and 2 runs scored, and Mueller is on at first base. And we'll wait for the official scoring on that one. Fly ball in the left center field fell in between Samoli and Snyder. It might have been they both called on the ball and then stopped. Although it would have been a tough play for either to catch the ball. But then after the ball dropped, Snyder recovered and threw into second base, and O'Connell came right on in to score. And another conference to mound, and that will be all for Sandy Koufax, with right-hander Willie Mays coming on. Ed Roebuck is being called into fifth. The base hit by Mueller, a single, and he gets 2 runs batted in. As the throw from the outfield came to second base, O'Connell just kept right on coming and was able to score behind Thomas. So O'Connell scored from first base on the single. Thomas scored from second. And now Eddie Roebuck being called in. Those runs charged against Maglie, and they are on. Roebuck coming in to pitch to Mays with 2 outs. Mueller at first base, and the Giants leading 5-4. So Koufax works the 1 batter, allows 1 hit. And Roebuck now called into the pitching. Eddie's record against the league is 6-2. As far as the Dodgers are concerned, it's been a rather weird inning. Spencer lined to first, and Lockman singled to center field. Thomas hit a ground ball to third that bounced off Reese's leg. And then Peavy recovered, threw the ball to right field, and was charged with 2 errors on the play. Gale Harris on a sacrifice fly got a run in. O'Connell walked, and then Mueller hit a fly ball to left center field that fell in for a base hit, and 2 runs scored from first and second on the single left. All right, Roebuck pitching to Mays. Inside low, ball 1 to Willie. He's had 2 for 3. So the Giants have a 3-run inning here in the 6th. Roebuck relieving Koufax, who made 1 pitch to Mueller. Mays backs up from ball 2, and it's 2-0 now. Here's the next pitch to Mays. Inside, around the knees, ball 3. 3-0 on Mays. At first base, John Mueller, there are 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. The Giants have scored 3, lead 5-4. Mays takes the strike. 3-1. Count. Roebuck pitching to Mays. Here's the pitch. High pop fly near the mound on the first base side. Hodges now moves in, calling for it, and he's got it. Side retired. Mays pops out. So in the top of the 6th inning for the Giants. 3 runs on 2 hits, 2 Brooklyn errors, and for the Giants, 1 man left on. So at the end of 5 1/2 innings to play, the score: the Giants 5 and the Dodgers 4.
Well, the Giants have picked up the lead now. We have Bob Grissom coming on to pick up the ball game for the Giants. Reese up at the plate. Let's get right back to Jerry.
All right, it'll be Pee Wee Reese at bat. Reese has 2 for 2 today and takes the first pitch high and inside, ball 1. Grissom, making his 45th appearance in relief, has won 4 and lost 3. He's worked 69 and 2/3 innings. Reese takes the strike, a fastball laid in, and it's 1-1. In the Dodger bullpen, Carl Erskine working now, indicating the possibility of a pinch hitter for Roebuck, who is due up 3rd in the inning. Curveball to Reese is in for a strike, and it's 1-2 to Pee Wee. Marv Grissom for the Giants, relieving Worthington. Curve is outside. The count evens at 2-2. The 3 runs the Giants got in the 6th inning were in Grissom's favor. And they're all unearned if you're keeping score with us. Grissom ready, the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called to be a fastball in the outside corner. So for Grissom, strikeout number 1. Up now will be Johnny Roseboro. He has 1 hit, 2 tries. Grissom ready, pitching to the left-hand batter. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. 5-4, New York leads the Dodgers last half of the 6th inning here at Ebbets Field. Game 2 of the series. Here's the pitch. Outside high for ball, and the count is even 1-1 on Rose. 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. 1-2. Roseboro singled in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th. One ball, 2 strike count. Grissom into the windup, and here's his pitch. Curve is in and over. Call strike 3. For Roseboro, a strikeout, and for Grissom, his 2nd. Ed Eddie Roebuck will come on to bat for himself now. So Carl Erskine, who was throwing in the Dodger bullpen, will now stop. 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Roebuck coming on to bat. Eddie has 3 hits and 16 turns at bat, including a home run. So Roebuck comes on now here in the 6th with 2 outs, nobody on. Drifts him into the wind at the pitch, Eddie. Swung on a drive to left center field. Ripped in for a base hit. So Roebuck gets a 2-out single over shortstop to left center. And for the Dodgers, hit number 9. Both sides threw 6 innings of that base runners in every turn at bat. And now with 2 out, 1 on, Gilliam comes on. Junior is 0 for 3 today, hitting .251. Grissom on first. Goes to the plate and it is over for a strike. Roebuck with a short lead. Strike 1 count to Gilliam. Now Grissom again looks to first, takes his stretch. Junior swings and whistles one right back off his ear to center field for a base hit. Going right by Grissom at the center and a single for Gilliam. Down to second goes Roebuck holding there, and up now will be Gino Samoli. So after the first 2 men had struck out, Roebuck and Gilliam put back-to-back singles together and keep the Dodgers going here in the 6th. Samoli has doubles, popped out and walked, and scored 2 runs. Tying run at second, 5-4, Giants lead, bottom of the 6th inning. Big right-hander checking his sign with catcher Valmy Thomas. And now Samoli steps out. Now he's back in. Roebuck at second, Gilliam at first. Here's the look, and the pitch to Gino. Fastball high. Thomas bluffs the first base, but Gilliam gets back in. No play. Ball 1 to Samoli. Roebuck on second, wearing a light windbreaker with the sleeves pulled up. The pitch is high and inside. Ball 2. Gino falls away from it. 2-0 count. Should Samoli keep it alive, it'll be Duke Snyder due next. Nothing on Samoli. Grissom ready now. Here's the pitch. Taken for a strike. And at the letters, and it's 2-1 on Gino Samoli. The Giants lead 5-4. 5 runs, 8 hits. The Dodgers 4 runs and 10 hits. Pitch on the way, high and inside, and again Samoli goes down. Ball 3 and strike 1. Three and 1 count. Samoli dusts himself off, back in there now. Grissom ready to go. Roebuck at second, Gilliam at first. There are 2 outs. 3-1 pitch. Fouled away. Back into the wire, and it's 3-2. Full count. So we'll turn him loose now. 3-2 on Samoli. Right-hander Stu Miller working in the Giant bullpen in left field. 3-2. The runner's ready. And now Grissom goes off the rubber to move Roebuck back to second as Spencer set in behind him. No play. 3-2. Roebuck again gets the lead. Here they go. It's a swung and a drive. The left center field is going to be in for a base hit. All the way to the wall. One run in. Gilliam around third. Headed home. Mays' throw is not in time, and it's 6-5 Brooklyn. Somoli rattled the boards in left center field with a double to score Roebuck and Gilliam, and the Dodgers lead 6-5. And before Snyder comes on, we'll pause for station identification. This is the Brooklyn Dodgers Radio Network.
Dial 1460 WOKO, the Brooklyn Dodgers station in Albany, New York. It's 4:05 WOKO time.
At bat, and Duke's going to get an intentional pass with first base open. That'll be walk number 1 off Miles Grissom. In the inning, Reese and Roseboro struck out, and Roebuck lined a single into left center. Gilliam singled right back to the middle, and Somoli hit a 3-2 pitch to the wall in left center field to drive home Roebuck and Gilliam and give the Dodgers 2 runs in the lead. 6-5, and a real wild one going here today at Ebbets Field. Boy, this has been a real ball game. Seesawing back and forth. All right, Snyder's walked intentionally. Joe Hodges comes on, hit a home run his last time. Drove in 2 runs. Somoli scored in front of him. So we have Somoli on second. Snyder on first. The Dodgers lead 6-5. Hodges in there now. Gill hitting .304. 7 home runs in 12 games for Hodges. Grissom ready. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to shortstop. Spencer plays it on 2 hops to force at second base, and the side is retired. Well, that's all for the Dodgers in the 6th inning. After 2 outs, they got 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors, and had 2 runners left on. So at the end of 6 innings of play, the score, Brooklyn 6 and New York 5. Well, Al, the way it's been going, most anything can. Jablonski will start it off. He had a 2-run homer in the 5th inning, and he struck out his first 2 turns. So Ray is 1 for 3, hitting at an even .300. On the mound now, Eddie Roebuck, and the starting pitch is no longer figure. The ball game belongs to Grissom and Roebuck. There's a bounded foul to the left of the plate. Strike 1 on Jablonski. 6-5, Brooklyn leads. In the last couple of innings, we've had a lot of scoring. Both sides got 2 in the 5th. The Giants got 3 in the 6th. The Dodgers got 2. Pitch to Jablonski is inside at the belt. Ball 1. 1-1 count. Top of the 7th inning here at Ebbets Field. The Dodgers and the Giants in their second meeting of the series. One more. That'll be tomorrow at 2 o'clock. There's a bounder to third. Reese plays it on the short hop. Makes his play in time for the out. 1 away. Jablonski bouncing out to Reese. Now the batter will be Hank Sauer, as flat out, struck out and grounded out. Sauer hitting .257, has 22 home runs, 64 runs batted in. Eddie Roebuck into the windup. The pitch is inside, ball 1. 1-0 count on Big Hank Sauer with Darrell Spencer due next. Roebuck winds, here it comes. Fouled away on the ground, off to the left side. Count is 1-1 on Sauer. One ball, 1 strike. Roebuck takes his time, gets his time now. Here's the pitch to Hank Sauer. Inside at the belt with a curve, and it's ball 2. 2-1. behind it, and down it comes. Foul away on the ground to the left again. And it's a 2-2 count to Sal. Big Hank wearing number 6 on the back of the gray uniform. Single game tomorrow between the Dodgers and the Giants, and a doubleheader on Monday between the Dodgers and the Philadelphia Phils. Labor Day, 1:30 start for the doubleheader. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Sal. Foul away again off the third base side. Several fans came rolling out of the box seats trying to get that ball. Roebuck checking again. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Curveball, a half swing, held up in time, and it's ball 3. 3-2. Roebuck had a long session on Thursday night. He worked 9 innings in the overtime game against Chicago and was the winning pitcher. He's now 6-2 against the league. The pitch is down low, and Sauer is on with a walk. Go off Roebuck, walk number 1 for the Giants today. They've had 3 passes. Maglie gave up 2. Here's Darrell Spencer coming on. He's 0 for 3. Darrell hitting .265. Clem Levine is firing away in the Dodger bullpen in right field. Pitch to Spencer is inside. Pops out of Roseborough's glove, but no advance by Sauer. Ball 1 count for Spencer. Roebuck ready again. Checks first, delivers. Spencer takes it low for a ball. Count is 2-0 now. Two balls, no strikes on Spencer. We're playing the top of the 7th inning. The Dodgers 6, the Giants 5. There's a strike in, and it's 2-1 now. Carl Erskine joins Levine in the Dodger bullpen. And Levine stops throwing, and Don Buffett will come on and take his place. There's a bounder foul at the third base side. Davey Williams knocks it down with his foot. Count is 2-2 on Darrell Spencer. Levine has a sore forearm and has not been throwing too well the last few days, so maybe Clem was just loosening up, and now we have Don Besson and Carl Erskine firing away. 2-2 count. Spencer waiting at first base. Sauer, 1 out here in the 7th. The pitch by Roebuck. A roller hit back toward the mound. Roebuck's play will go to first base. In time there, and Sauer moves on to second. As Spencer rolls out, Roebuck to Hodges. Whitey Lockman coming on, has a double and a single, and scored a run. So Whitey is 2 for 3 today, hitting .251. For tomorrow's series finale, it'll be Ray Crone for the Giants and Johnny Podrick going for Brooklyn. Roebuck now ready to work to Lockman here in the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. Chop foul rolling off toward the Dodger dugout. Strike 1 to Lockman. The F&M Silver Brewing Company of Brooklyn sending you play-by-play. Just a reminder for the long holiday weekend to stock up on Schaefer, either in the quarts or the cans. Handy way to keep you safe and have plenty on ice. Roebuck pitching to Lockman. Delivers. Fouled away. Down the left side. It'll be up in the stands. 0-2 on Whitey Lockman here in the top of the 7th inning. At second base, Hank Sauer. There are 2 outs. Brooklyn 6 runs, 11 hits. New York 5 runs on 8 hits. Owen Sure to Lockman, left-hand batter against right-hander Eddie Roebuck. Now Eddie ready again. Checks and delivers. A bounder hit wide of third. Big hop to Reese. Throw to Hodges in time, and the side is retired. So for the Giants in the seventh. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left on. At the end of 6 1/2 innings of play, the score: the Dodgers 6 and the Giants 5.
Now we've had the seventh inning stretch. We move along into the last half of the seventh. Farrell, O'Neill, and Reese coming up in that order. 6-5 the score. Brooklyn leads it. So let's listen to Jerry now and see what's going to happen.
All right, Farrell at bat. Single drove in a run in the first inning and is 1 for 3. Swings a bounding ball right to Danny O'Connell. Play goes to Lockman in time, and it's 1 out here in the seventh inning. Next batter, Charlie Neal. Charlie has 1 hit, doubled in the fourth inning, and came in to score on Reese for singles. The Dodgers lead 6-5. They won last night's game on a 3-hitter by Don Drysdale, 10-0. Final game tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Single game between the Dodgers and the Giants here at Ebbets Field. Grissom delivers to Neal. Charlie takes it for a strike. Chicago and St. Louis tied at 2-2 at the end of 5 1/2 innings of play. Neal swings on a curve. His bat flies one way, and the ball goes foul down the third baseline. Bat boy Eddie Lehan goes out to retrieve. Bat flying off toward first. So to Neal, strike 2. LeBron throwing in the bullpen now for the Dodgers. At the end of 7 innings of play, Philadelphia leads Pittsburgh 7-1. Milwaukee plays Cincinnati tonight. There's a swing and a miss, and again Neal loses his bat. This time it flies over to the third base side and is right under the exit gate, and a fan there pulls the bat under the gate and puts it in his lap. And the bat boy comes over now to retrieve and is now looking to the park policeman for a little help. Neal is out on strike. He swung his bat. It rolled all the way to the exit gate. And a fan reached down under that gate and slid the bat under there, and he's going to take it home as a souvenir. Well, I know they take the balls home, but my goodness, the bat too? Gee whiz. Here's the pitch to Reese. High for a ball. 1 ball, no strike. Grissom's third strikeout on Neal, who lost his bat for the second time. And he lost it for good, looks like. Here's a fly ball to center field. Willie Mays coming into right center, and also there is Don Mueller. Mueller makes the catch, and the side is retired. And that's the first time today that we've had a side out 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on. So at the end of 7 innings of play, it's Brooklyn 6 and New York 5.
His ball game to win it or lose it. Here's out on the mound, and he'll pitch first of all to catcher Valmy Thomas of the New York Giants. Then we'll have the pitcher spot coming up, and Huff to the top of the batting order. Pick up O'Connor. All set, Jerry?
All right, Al. A park policeman coming down to the box seats along third baseline now to ask the customer there to give the bat back. Of course, when the balls go into the stands, the fans keep those. They lean over the railings to get them. This man went into the gate to pull the bat out of there. The bat didn't go into the stands. He pulled it off the playing field, and now 2 park policemen are asking him to give it up. All right, back to play. Valmy Thomas swings and fouls it off down the third baseline. Strike 1. And we'll see who wins the battle of the missing bats now. Valmy Thomas at bat has doubled, flat out, and was safe on an error by Pee Wee Reed. And the policeman gets the bat. And the policeman also gets a round of booze. Strike one count to Thomas. Eddie Roebuck working here in the 8th inning. The pitch is inside for a ball, and the count is 1-1. Bobby Thompson is out in the on-deck circle, and Stu Miller's in the bullpen. So it looks like we'll have Thompson batting for Grissom and Miller to pitch the bottom of the 8th. There's a foul ball off to the right to the Dodger dugout, and it's 1-2 on Thomas. Roebuck delivers, and it's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Down goes Thomas on strike for Eddie Roebuck, strikeout number 1. Here's Bobby Thompson now into bat for Marv Grissom. So Grissom goes out. He worked 2 innings, allowed 2 runs and 3 hits, struck out 3, walked 1. And right now the ball game is on Grissom. So Bobby Thompson coming on to bat for him. And Stu Miller in the bullpen for New York. Roebuck delivers. Thompson takes it low and inside. Ball 1. Don Besson throwing alone for the Dodgers in right field. Eddie Roebuck looking for a sign from Roseboro. Here's the pitch. Thompson swings, bounces 1 to third. Reese gets a big hop. Makes his play, and it's 2 away. Final score, Philadelphia beat Pittsburgh 7-1. Cardwell the winner over Bob Friend. Cardwell also hit a home run in the second with 1 on. At the end of 6 1/2, St. Louis and Chicago all tied up at 2-2. Milwaukee plays Cincinnati tonight, and all the American League games will be tonight. Here's Danny O'Connell coming on now. Danny is 0 for 3. He walked once and scored a run. Batting in the 8th inning. Dodgers 6, Giants 5. Game 2 of the series. Roebuck delivers. Fly ball down the left field line, going foul. Strike 1 count. Pitch is outside for a ball, and the count is 1-1. Roebuck ready, pitching to O'Connell. Foul ball, tapped on the ground back of the plate, and the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Dodgers got a run in the first, another in the fourth to lead 2-0. Jablonski got a home run in the 5th inning with 1 on to tie it 2-2. The Dodgers got a home run by Hodges in the 5th with 1 on to make it 4-2. The Giants got 3 in the 6th. The Dodgers got 2 and lead 6-5. 1-2 to O'Connell. Roebuck delivers. Breaking ball is down low. Ball 2. Count even now. 2-2 to Danny O'Connell. Roebuck checking signs with Roseboro. Now ready, the 2-2 windup, and down it comes. Bouncer hits wide at first base. Hodges over to play it. Feeds Roebuck. In time to the outside retire. So the Giants go out in order for the first time today. 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on. At the end of the top of the 8th inning of play, the score is Brooklyn 6 and New York 5.
As we go to the last half of the 8th inning, Stu Miller comes on to do the Giant pitching. Brooklyn 6 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors. New York 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Johnny Roseboro, the first hitter up in the 8th. He also
ready to go, Al. Miller against the league is 6 and 8, making his 31st appearance. Well, the hand for the man who took the bat a while ago He gave up the bat, and then the Dodgers gave him a brand new one. The bat that Charlie Neal had been hitting was one of his favorites, so the fan gave up the bat. And now, just a moment ago, bat boy Eddie Lehane goes over and presents the man with a brand new bat. Roseboro on the first pitch fouls it off for a strike. So a fan over there, quite happy, got a new one instead of Charlie's regular game bat. Here's the next pitch, and it's high for a ball, and the count is 1-1. You have a lot of fun here at Ebbets Field. Everything goes on. Why don't you come out? Go ahead. Take part yourself. Roseboro swings and fouls it off to the left. And the count to Johnny is 1-2. Stu Miller pitching for New York. Two pitch. High pop fly on the right side. O'Connell at second base. Backing Carlson. He's got it. One away as Roseboro pops out. Waiting for Eddie Roebuck to come on. Roebuck singled to start the Dodger rally in the sixth inning with 2 outs. Eddie got a single in left field. Then Gilliam singled and Samoli doubled him home. All right, Dodgers batting, last of the eighth. 1 out, none on. Stu Miller pitching to Eddie Roebuck. Swinging a drive to left field, going back toward the foul, and forget it. It's a home run for Roebuck. Eddie Roebuck blossomed into a star relief pitcher. He also has become quite a hitter. Lines a home run to those stands in left field. His second hit of the game, but his second home run of the year. So Eddie Roebuck has really been making a home for himself here with the Dodgers. 7-5. Brooklyn leads. The pitch to Gilliam is on the corner for a called strike. Roebuck had an easy swing that time and just powered that ball. Line drive to left for a home run. The pitch to Gilliam is in for strike 2. 0-2 to Junior. 1 run in, 1 man out, and nobody on base in the 8th inning. Miller delivers, and Gilliam swings into the hole to left field for a base hit. For Gilliam, his second hit of the day. And for the Dodgers, number 13. Up now will be Samoli, who has a pair of doubles and a walk, has driven in 2 and scored 2. Manager Bill Rigney now getting his bullpen busy again. Left-hander McCormick and looks like right-hander Monzant. Samoli at bat, 1 run in, 1 man on, and 1 man out. Dodgers 7, Giants 5, last of the 8th. Miller pitching to Pino. And he takes the strike. Third ball, letter high. Eddie Roebuck with a home run here in the 8th inning. After igniting a Dodger 2-run rally in the 6th inning. Eddie helping himself with that bat as well as with that pitching arm. Play to first base, and Gilliam is back. The total crowd today is 23,267. 14,222 paid, 3,045 ladies, and 6,000 not-hole kids. Next pitch is low for a ball, and the count to Gino is 1-1. So 23,000 fans looking in here. 1-1 count. Miller eyes Gilliam, pitches to the plate. Pitch out and no play. Gilliam was not going. Roger Craig now loosening up in the Dodger bullpen in right field. Tomorrow it'll be Johnny Podres and Ray Crone. Final game of the series at 2 o'clock. Single game. 2-1 count. Samoli waiting. Gilliam goes. The pitch swung on a miss. The throw to second base is in time, and Gilliam is out. Valmy Thomas with a good throw. And Gilliam out stealing. The count to Samoli is 2-2. Gino waiting with a 2-2 count. Nobody on base. 1 run into the inning. The pitch is low for a ball, and the count is 3-2. The Dodgers 7, the Giants 5. Last of the 8th inning. Miller winds and fires. Gino swings and misses down on strike. Slow curveball. Side retired. So in the 8th for the Dodgers. 1 run, 2 hits. No errors and none left on. So at the end of 8 full innings of play, the score is Brooklyn 7 and New York 5.
And by Ray Jablonski. Back to Jerry.
Mueller has 2 hits and a walk today. Mays on Jablonski to follow, and Roger Craig in the bullpen. The pitch is low and inside. Ball 1 to Mueller. Dine is hitting at 268. Dodgers trying to hold a 2-run lead here in the 9th inning and get their second in a row over the Giants. Roebuck into the windup. Here's his pitch. Line foul down the right field stand, into the lower stands. And a 1-1 count now on Don Mueller. St. Louis go tied 2-2 at the end of 6.5 innings of play. Milwaukee plays Cincinnati tonight. The windup and Roebuck's 1-1 pitch. Inside, ball 2, 2-1. 2-1 windup. Here it is. Ground ball to the right side. In comes Gilliam, makes his play. In time for the out. 1 away. And as far as Roebuck is concerned, that was a big man because now he gets Willie Mays at bat where there's nobody on base. Mays has 2 singles, been on a 4th play and popped out. He's 2 for 4. Willie hitting .333. Winds and fires. Liner hits the field. Snyder coming on fast for it and makes the catch for the out. So Mays out on a fly ball to center, running into right center field and coming in a bit for it. 2 away, and here's Jablonski. Ray has 1 hit a home run in the 6th inning with 1 on. Giants batting in the top of the ninth. The Dodgers lead 7-5. Roebuck winds and pitches to Jablo, and it's in for a strike. On deck is Hank Sauer. Here's the pitch. Fouled away on the ground. And it's strike 2 on Jablonski. So Eddie Roebuck now stands 1 strike away from his 7th win of the year. Came on to relieve Koufax, who pitched to 1 man after relieving Maglie in the 6th inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch. A little low for a ball, and the count is 1-2. Roebuck has a pretty good streak of scoreless innings going now. He pitched 9 against Chicago on Thursday night. And has 2 here today. Strike 3, a swing and a miss, and the ball game is over. As Jablonski goes down swinging. Eddie Roebuck strikes him out, gets the Giants out in order in the 9th inning. In the ninth for New York, 3 up, 3 down, nothing across, and the final score. The Dodgers 7 and the Giants 5. And now with the final facts and figures, here's Al.
For the Brooklyn Dodger win here this afternoon, Brooklyn 7 runs. They had 13 base hits. There were 3 errors. They left 7 men on. Eddie Roebuck the winner. Maglie started it, went 5 2/3. Koufax showed very briefly, pitching to 1 man. Then Roebuck took over. And from there on, well, it was sort of in the hip pocket. Roebuck 7-2 now for the year, 7 wins and 2 losses. For the New York Giants, 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They left 8 men on here. And their second pitcher, Grissom, who came on in relief of Worthington after Worthington had gone 5. Grissom pitched 2 and Miller finished up. It was Grissom to take the loss. His record is now 4 wins. This was his 4th defeat in 1957. So it means that the Brooklyn Dodgers now have taken 2 of the 3-day, 3-game series from the visiting New York Giants.